Before I get into the 10 to share with you, I want to remind you that there are 2 words more persuasive than anything else that's not on my 10 that I've had to teach over the years over and over and over again to my staff, to my customer service, to my sales leaders, to every single body. And it's please and thank you. But I'm not talking about those 2 today. But they must be part of your repertoire. It's so effective. You ask somebody a question, there's nothing more annoying than you ask somebody a question. That person takes time out of their time to respond to you, and there's no thank you at the end. It's as if they owe you something. They're not going to do it for you again. And when you send something that you want something from somebody, just add please to it. Very persuasive. But let's get right into it. Here's 10 of the ones I used. The other day we were sitting in a meeting, and I taught my guys an hour-and-a-half course on negotiation, my staff that I have here, my team that I have here. And as I was going through it, I said, here's a couple words that you need to add to your repertoire. One of them is request. Start asking people when you say, may I make a request? I have a request. Can I make a request? Sure. Everybody's okay with a request. Who's ever said no to a request? Have you ever said no to a request? I want to make a request. The other day after the call that we had, the meeting that we had, Adam was closing a big life settlement deal. And on the conference call that he had, he says, Pat, I just used the word. I said, can I make a request? They said, sure. He made the request, and here's what I'm asking for. They came back, they closed the deal. So add the word request to your repertoire. The next one is suggestion. Very similar to request, but you're making a suggestion. Request is something you're asking for that you want. Suggestion is, here's my suggestion. May I make a suggestion? May I make a suggestion on what we ought to consider in this situation? Yeah, sure. Here's my suggestion. Boom, boom, boom. Because a suggestion is not commitment. There's an out. I don't have to say yes to it. I can leave. It's a suggestion. Make sense? There's a big difference between a demand and a suggestion. Demand, there is no out. Suggestion, I have an out, right? Next one to add to your repertoire is may I. You're sitting in a meeting, everybody's everybody's debating, going back and forth, and you just say, folks, may I say something? May I say something? Yes. Here's what I want to say. Boom, boom, boom. May I? Here's the next one. Let's process this together. Let's process this together. So you're going through something and, oh my gosh, I can't believe what happened right now. This person said this, that person said this. They're not holding their end of the bargain, and this negotiation, they said they're going to do for 9.5%. Now they want to only do for 7.5%. What the hell is this all about? John, can we process this together for a moment? Yes. Okay. So here's what you've asked us to do, X, Y, Z. Is that pretty accurate? Yes. Here's what we are asking for. These are our requests. Boom, boom, boom. Is that pretty fair? Yes. What is unreasonable right now that's holding us back from getting this thing done? Can we process this together? What is it? Well, it's not really this, it's really that. It's okay. And then you go and you're processing it together because they're willing to work with somebody that's willing to process it together. So here's the next one. Let me get back to you. What does let me get back to you mean? You sit down, you have a great thing that happens, suggestion, an idea, a proposal that comes to your table. Hey, here's what I think we need to be doing. Great. Can I get back to you? Sure. Let me get back to you. Give me a day. Let me simmer on this. Let me get back to you. Why? This isn't a tactic. The reason why I say let me get back to you, it's about actually go and do a pro and con and process it with. Now, some decisions you can just make, yeah, let's say we're on it. Boom, boom, boom. But some of the ones, let me get back to you. This allows you to make better decisions. Can you wait 12 hours to make a better decision? Is there anything wrong with waiting 6 hours? Can you wait the weekend before you say yes or no? Great. Let me get back to you. And you go back and you think. Now, the other person may over the weekend send you an email and say, listen, I know you're thinking about it. I want you to know that we're willing to also do this. Great, no problem. But let me get back to you. Let me get back to you. Let me get back to you. It's a very, very effective way when you're communicating with folks out there. The next one, unpack. Hey, John, I know what you're saying to me. Can you unpack this for me? What do you mean? If you can please unpack your request for me. Yeah, so here's what I'm really meaning. What I mean is that. Oh, I got it. I didn't understand. So when you ask the other person to unpack, they all of a sudden go into explaining things where maybe you knew 6 of the things that they wanted from you, but the one thing you didn't understand, and now that you understand it, it makes the negotiation or the business dealing easier just because you asked the other person to unpack whatever they had in mind, right? Next one is choose. John, we have 2 choices here. We have a choice to not do business together, or we have a choice to do business together. Is it fair to say that we both would like to do business together? Yes. Perfect. We have two choices. So now, can we set aside the one option, which is not doing business together aside because it's no longer an option? Yes. Great. So if we want to make this thing work together, what are some things we need to do to make this partnership work, right? Choice, 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 choice. You always got to give choices to people. You know, when it comes down to leadership, persuasion, sales, negotiation, as long as there's choices, more things get done. Not too many choices, but enough choices. I prefer 3. I think the magical number is always 3 choices that you have. The next one is partnership. Okay, partnership. John, I just want you to know, in my late 20s, I learned the value of partnership. And the reason why we've been able to do what we've been able to do with the company in the last 5-10 years is because we have very strong partnership. We have vendors, but we have partnerships. Once somebody becomes a partner with us, it is just as important on me to help this partner win as it is on them to win. We want the partner to win because it's a partnership. And when the partner wants to see us also win, we have a beautiful situation going on here, and we can do business together for many, many years to come. So for me, I'm not looking into doing business with you for 1 year. I'm not looking into doing business with you for 2 years. I'm looking into creating a partnership that can last decades. Is that something that you value? Yes. See the word partnership. When you're having a conversation with them, partnership is something that you need to add to your repertoire. The next one is discover. Yesterday, I'm having a conversation with one of my guys, Rodolfo, and his wife. They have $1 million they're sitting on the bank, okay? They have $1 million. They're in their mid-30s. They have $1 million. This doesn't include all the other stuff that they have. They have $1 million in cash. And we went through a lot of different conversations together with them. I asked them, tell me what major purchase you're going to make in the next 12 to 24 months. What are you going to be doing with this house? How big of a house you want to get next? What are the things you need to get? Oh, you're about to buy this? Anything going on with family? Anything going on with kids? Anything going on with this? I'm going through discovery. And the more discovery we have, you can make better suggestions to the individual you're communicating with. You know, the next one I'll give you is, let's see which one I want to pick you. I like all of these here, man. You know, we can go with explore, okay? Explore is similar to discover, but explore is a little bit different, right? Hey, let's explore this together. Are you open to it? Yes. Okay. So, John, you know, so far from the conversation that we've had with your board and your team and your organization, your executive team, your husband, your wife, whoever, let's explore this. You know, is it fair to say that these 3 things are very important? Yes. It is fair to say that this bothers you a lot. Yes. Meaning you're not willing to compromise this. 0. Okay. And Mary, I think you would agree with that there's no way in the world Bob is going to compromise. Nah, he's not. I've been married to him for 22 years. Great. This is why we're exploring this together. Okay. Let's explore the opportunity of what if out of your $2 million that you had here, what if we took $400,000 of it and you thought about getting a commercial property? And now here's why, you know, and you go, and what if, let's explore the opportunity. Now stay with me here for a moment. Just hear me out. Let's explore this together. And then you make your presentation, right? So remember this. I mean, I can give you 40 other words that I'm sharing this with you. You just watch this video. You'll learn. You wrote it down. I want you to right away text a few people and use one of those words. Right away. Because if you do it right away, it sticks. And by the way, if you use it 10 times, it eventually becomes part of your repertoire. And watch what happens with the relationships around you. Watch how many more things you're going to get done. Watch how many more people are going to want to do business with you. Watch how many more people are going to want to partner with you. Because your language changed. We used to have a girl in our office years ago, okay? And everybody would say, I don't know why I'm always doing her favors. It's because she knew what words to use. Words are like butter. You use them, people like it, they work with you. The same way a great leader, a great communicator knows how to persuade others they're doing business with, and everyone enjoys doing business together as long as you use the right words.